Hello and welcome to the stream. I've not done one of those for a long while. I think it's almost 4 months now. There will be an alpha patch in the description for download on YouTube. Because I will do a full playthrough. I haven't done a full playthrough in a while either. But if you don't like spoilers, just get the patch so you can play it yourself. I will play through and point out all the stuff that should not be addressed. Yeah, what you can expect, you can go through the whole game, beat it, but there's still a lot of content missing, so it's still alpha, still not beta. I was hoping you can push beta for Halloween, but I was not able to. So I let this roll out. Take it slow this time. Prepare myself. I have coffee, water, or tea, everything nice. So it can go. Can go through the game. Yeah, and talk about all the challenges I had to overcome. I mean, it started out with just like this. I want to have a small story and some characters. And there, yeah, I've been doing stuff and adding more and more, and it's kind of it's called its own game kind of thing now. It's still, you can still see, you know, it's built on Super Castlevania. All the assets are stolen. A lot of the code is stolen. There's a little bit added to it. Stuff behaves differently. But by now I really hacked most things that can be hacked. Besides music, there is one thing, it's not really hacked, I just copied the music track from the leaked Super Castlevania, since the track was quite different and I like it. We heard it in the first stage. I also hacked the intro scenes, so they show you stuff now. Not really expecting players to watch it, but when they do, I have 3 of them are like kind of done how I want them, and it's still broken. I also show small things. Maybe somebody may not find out what to do. But I also plan to do a manual, like take the original manual and just add the stuff I have done to it, more or less. I should clear my, since I want to do testing too on it, my SRAM. See if everything. I want to leave the memory editor open too somewhere. Check if this stuff is working. Especially interested in the saves because I had to do changes to it. The other thing I wanted to test, like the intro screen, the levels added to the progress, stuff like this. Should be fixed, but I haven't not really tested. And this is the music I stole from the leaked thing. Also, the second quest is not done at all. I mean, it's existing with new challenges and stuff, but never really played it and tested it. And also the first lady, when you get on the second quest, I think she should tell you this. She should tell you that the story will be the same. You should not need to talk to any. You don't need to talk to anybody. So that's just that. There is changes to the Holy Water. It's more floaty. You can throw it quite far. You can or take it short. If you hold the button, you can move it. Let it move differently. Oh, too many sprites on the ground. I'm not reading out things loud because I suck at it. Never have seen somebody go over the counter and stuff. I should should start practicing to read. I should do this privately. But he will give you health. He will tell you about what's this thing? You can't get here hack anytime if you hold start and select. I will try it. Play probably try it out here. If you don't hold, you have to hold it for a while. But then you start at the beginning of the screen again. You can farm hearts. You can farm all kinds of things. Yeah, and if you do it, if you press up and down, I don't have any level unlocked. So it's the only thing I can spawn in. The idea is that you can go buy stuff, even though there is just the armor color, keys. This was the safe sound you heard. She has new things too. She can show you. Cannot press anything. She will just show you the action. Because that somebody tried and he couldn't figure out. Another cool thing is you can actually record, do your own thing. And if she doesn't tell you how, but if you keep standing it will stop. You can play it back. The idea behind this is making tutorial, it's such an important thing that you learn to learn these moves that you have more fun with the hack. I kinda tried to do something to keep the player here, to toy around. Actually really discover those mechanics, you know, you have also this low ring that are perfectly to try. She will explain, the explanation is shorter, should be more clearly to understand. But the recording is kind of funny. You know how, depending on the RNG, you can get different pops. Sometimes he gets up here, sometimes not. I left that in. I think it is quite funny. Can't do that. Also, I do save states. You can't do that whole. It's just the one tile higher than 2 blocks, so it doesn't go always in. Just that hack doesn't work. But I also need to test, I would be glad if somebody likes to give feedback on, you know, if you haven't played just original without speedrunning tricks. The logic controls, it should work like that you can just hold left or right to go right, so it's not inverted. For me it's crap because I played the hack way too much. I don't like it because my brain just. And also when I play other hacks, they don't have this feature. But I expect actually most players probably choose this one. If you're new to that stuff, then you can actually discover how to do that. Record. You can also try to record and play it on another place, and then it will go horribly wrong. Yeah. I was thinking to move this ring even more to the left, since you see the pop is actually really explain the pop. It really depends on the side you are. If you are just to the left, it pops you really on the side up, so you can be underneath the platform and actually go above it. Kinda wish the player would see that. You will see later hints when it's required later. He needs cash. He will tell you to kill stuff. Also, I know I showed all this stuff already, but I try to take it slow and go just through everything. Hopefully don't miss much in the process. Yeah, do a diagonal down whip into a down whip. Before I explained it more detailed, but it made the whole sentence more complicated and long. Still on the ring. And you can just, you know, the show feature. You see that you float. Then you can try yourself. Maybe it will go wrong, but it's a nice corner to actually practice. Also in the credits I will show off this thing here. Also should rework that one. Secret, I call this second quest stuff. Yeah, if you go back now, it should bring you where you are, but you could choose something else, like go, I call it hideout instead of tutorial, since tutorial, usually I personally don't like tutorials. Yeah, guess other people feel like this, so try to make it more integrated. But in practice, it's still a tutorial section. Also improve the thing that you don't just recollect it over and over again. It's also a bit easier. Oh no, it's actually less like weird to use. I still think I do the candles with sub-buttons with a different color. I mean, you still don't know what's in it, but it gives you, you know, if you want to keep on to a weapon or not. And you don't run into that issue. Or you can prepare for the pop out. Also the use is 2 hearts, but you get one back if you manage to catch it again. Also this is new too, you can pop candles and just keep swinging. I think I have this done in the last log already, where I fixed. Oh, I made it with the boss fight together. The second phase of Pexel really needs it. The rest of the fight will not be fun at all. It's still hard, even with this feature. But without it, it will be incredibly frustrating to play. This is more or less tutorial section too. Few enemies and those obstacles. The screen feels weird to me. It should be higher up. Did I miss a lock? Or is it like this? Oh, maybe it's just me. Because there would be more clouds up there, wouldn't there? This screen doesn't look too good. But that was the first time I run into the issue where you go too clear and too close to the corner and of the whole screen. It has numbers, like if you go over F, so like it will just crash the picture. It can't handle certain numbers anymore. There are a lot of meat hidden throughout now. I really like the feel that you get rewarded for looking around, even if you don't need stuff, just that you find something. It motivates you to look. I want there to be a lot of stuff. So if you have ideas for cool stuff, just mention it. I really like this tile set in this section with the clouds, the moon. Sure, it could always be nicer. And here probably all the players just die. You see the spikes. Oh wait, now I also added that you don't insta-die anymore. Yeah, stuff like this, or I don't use them, but I added extra collision tiles. They did give some issues already. Could luckily just found it and fixed it. But you need to shorten and lengthen the whip here. If you're not used to do it, it's probably tricky in the beginning. I actually like the dagger, it's quick. But this is way less dangerous now. Before you would insta-die. And you can just keep jumping, but if it takes a little bit too long, just a lot of health. Why not? I actually want one. No, I'm sorry for my voice. I know I go always quiet, and probably most people don't understand the word I'm saying. There's just a little hole that kind of indicates where to jump. In case you want to boost up here. Where is this weird thing now? Ah, it's not a jumping skelly anyway. Made this section a whole lot easier too now. Oh, it's actually cool that there is this here. Because it's a good weapon, because it's annoying to get down here. It's actually a perfect sub weapon for this section. Ooh. I don't go for the challenge. I feel like test that another time when I add more stuff to it. And the town stuff is added, but I don't feel like, should I? Ah, no. I feel like it. if I would leave that one alive. I could boost the lower path, take the lower path here. Two at one, wow. I really enjoy this sub-weapon way more now when you can actually aim with it. It does some damage. That's still a sketchy thing. What's sketchy about this, if you just jump the platform, it will be perfect, but if you try it from the edge, this will happen. You don't die now, so it's half as bad. But if you go accidentally over here, or just die, though, you can save it. Does 5 damage, so that's another question. Should the spikes do more, like 8? So he can 2-hit you? Or 7 at least. From full health, it could take actually 2 hits. I think it's fine. Also, those platforms here, they are for first quest now. This was always a little thorn in my eyes. I know that that's people who don't ring glitches, they will not have issues. They'll probably like it, the surprise. But people when this stuff is new to you, you need time to think about your actions and what you want to press. Gives you a lot more time. Still it's challenging. This bat is stupid. Then I missed it. It's an axe. Oh yeah, let's got the axe. Why not? That's another thing what do once. That the axe, the longer you press, the more powerful it gets. If you just tap it very short, it will be very short. Maybe I still do that. Maybe not. I don't know. I know I would probably like it. There's just oh, there's more down here. Even meat. Damn. One thing I always wanted to fix is that the multi-spawn stuff that actually still happens. I fixed it once, but it made other issues. Took it away again. Let's try to get some multi-spawns. I mean, if you play it, I play it through if you do quick swings, it's actually less of problems. If you wait out the ring and just use it to get from one thing to another. Another thing people may try is actually just to be on top of it. I think this is not too bad, as long as you don't go back and forward. If you do go back and forward, you have those spawns. I try to address them that you cannot have the same event twice, but somehow it manages in certain cases to not spawn something that's important. Oh my god. I should die too sometimes. I have save states. Yeah, if you go back and forth, they will just keep spawning. It's stupid, but it's... I don't consider it an issue. I know the playthrough will take me a while. It's just like to test stuff. But I also think it's funny. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Maybe I should also remove that you can end up with 0 hearts. I think that's still in. Should I make notes? If you keep dying, yeah, make a note. Oh my god, so many. I gotta keep notes. My bat is gone. Oh, wait, such an asshole. Yeah, now you have 5. That cannot go below. How did I... Ah, I know how you manage. If you use up all... maybe I die again. I can show it. That's actually not the worst. V2. Still got 2. It doesn't do anything then. Huh, or was this another bug I had once? Or maybe I'm just... You know, sometimes you look at other things and you see something like, oh, this is broken, but actually no, it's not. Got him. Yeah, you can still die. I wanted this to be a thing. But you can die towards the end here. But I also don't want to make it super punishing. Yeah, on this sound I think I said it. It indicates that it's saved. Because it will not be everywhere. Yeah, the multi-spawn here. It's actually not very sure why it's happening there. And I also made a platform there. Because it's stage 1 here, come on. And it's still a perfect challenge for 2nd class. It's actually quite nice to find new things. We make struggle with. Also with the more enemies. It's in the right spirit. But there is another thing I wanted to test. It doesn't need testing, I'm an idiot. You can perfectly just make it the last part without the bat. I would still think it would be cool if you had to keep up with it. So that here would be a point where you needed it again. As you have to kill yourself. But... oh, come on. It's actually the first hard section, I guess. Now there's the candle up there. With the cross in it. You can't get it. I don't know why. I'm bad at lying. Also this dog. I know people probably recognize it. Toby Fox, like Undertale. There's still a plan that's not, I think that's not done yet. Like, I like to have an Undertale boss type in here. It will be the bonus content. I think it fits perfect with bones and hearts. Just have to arrange it differently. Well, as far as I'm aware of, there's enough space just for everything I kind of plan to do. I have moved stuff like 3 or 4 times sometimes. I should save state more in case. It's a longer section here. Also perfectly doable jump. Now we can practice it. I don't consider this jumps fun. But they are, you know, keep you on the edge. To try to... I think this is still for people who try to jump here. But you see if you do it that you probably screwed yourself. But since you have Medusa, some people probably think you should do that. But I showed it in the tutorial too. There's something not perfectly happy with. It is what it is. And also a lot of stuff doesn't spawn now. I moved it to second quest. This is still a small hole. I was thinking we should upgrade to 3 thick hole. But it's also the third perfect spot to kind of put it, because you need to find... It's so clear that you have to keep going forward. Oh, the stop button is so much better now. Before I had to jump and aim and shit. Ah, stupid dog. Yeah, he does this. There is somewhere where he goes crazy. I kinda like that. Don't mind that crap. This looks a little bit weird here, but... Also where you learn these bump jumps. Where you need to bump in order to get there. You could go crazy with this stuff too. Just something. Oh, bars. Yeah, the idea was to have this platform there moving. This will be the perfect challenge for the end, you know, where you can die. But I did wrong planning. And I didn't feel like coding it new. Ah, stupid dog. Should I show off the dog? Maybe you can discover that yourself. Or maybe check if it's still working right. Would be the perfect thing when you die there. It's... Once I had this thing lower, so you had to crouch. But that wouldn't even work there, huh? I'm not sure why I actually removed that part. Yeah, the ticking. That's good. I mean, I think it's good that everything is frozen while you go. It's kind of the main reason why it's there. It's nowhere okay, so you know, it can go very crazy in terms of difficulty. I just plan to do some crazy stuff with some levels later, but keep them totally optional, even for special endings and stuff. That's some levels that are just there to try, where I have some fun with it. Like the Poexel second form is a good example. It's not required to beat him, but you can try. But I still like it that you will stumble upon it and you think you have to beat it. But once you beat him, you will be getting something revealed that makes it clear that it actually was optional all along. I like this kind of screw with the players. You know, have a pathway that's totally unobvious. Something you don't see. Reveal it to the player in a funny way. I love this kind of moments. On the corner, sometimes those axes just spawn him when he throws them. I think it's a vanilla bug. Because he was joining, but decided not to. Or yeah, that's also the thing, because most players probably go over here, do this. It was important for me that you can go around and actually try a few times. You jump from back here and still. Or can you actually do it? Is this? Oh my god. It's actually not easy. I just make it easy because, you know, I played the game too much. I cannot do anything. I actually want to keep that. There's not too much stuff I can do to make me worse. I still think I suck at the game. In technical terms, you could practice your skill in the game where I cannot keep up. Keep that. I know Irma's gonna hate me if I keep it, but I keep it. Also, those things now hurt you. I replaced the fuzzy with new fuzzies. You may ask, but what's new about those fuzzies? They, for example, can fall off stuff. And they go around stuff. I always wanted to have those kind of things. It took me a while to make them, though. They're a little bit complicated. Ooh. I'm really low on health now. Hope there is some meat down here. This is still a bit unforgiving, but there is also the pathway. The other pathway where this stuff way more forgiving. It's fun if you haven't done something for a while. Actually, you need practice for everything again. Ooh. Yeah, are the timings different now? I wonder if you do the speedrun strat. That still works fine. Oh, there's also an extra platform for first quest. Yeah, if you just go out, I really like that, to be honest. You have to do a second swing and the timing will be different. I'm not a fan, I like the extra challenge, but I felt it needs. Because I know I actually fixed the platforms to have better timing. So you have more time to jump in the first place. People should fail less at it. But I know that there are some individuals that really struggle with timings. That's what I observe from watching some people. Like somebody called this personal nemesis for some reason. The only thing I could really imagine if you cannot get the hand of this stuff is can be very well too if your setup really sucks. If you play on a big old TV that has a ton of lag, there's something like this, I don't know. Or human error, like, you know, if you never practice, you know, if you let your reaction go very bad. Shoot, Grandpa, did you? Yeah, I'm crazy strong Belmont guy. He talks about the detail, the closer to the peak, the higher. Not the left side is weaker than the right side. I never told the player directly that the left side ringledge is almost just way harder. But it kinda hints at it too here. Just the stuff is different depending on the side. Also it doesn't despawn, it doesn't glitch anymore. It's a nice outcome. That's the thing I wanted in the tutorial. If you're below it, it's still bonk, but if you go to the side. But there is also this action you can do down here, but I disabled it in the next thing. Ooh, he's there now. It's so rare that it is up there. There is two ways to you can do that, or you can also go on the platform. This action. Mostly don't encounter him here. On this side you cannot do that. That's the thing if you go too much. That's why I mentioned it with the peak. I mean, you can try as much as I want, I think. I still struggle with this particular obstacle because I think it may be too hard for some, or without explaining certain stuff, and I tried a lot to explain it throughout the way here. I thought a lot about it, how to teach it, but still it's not perfect yet. Oh, which one died? Nice. Oh no, I died. Why did I die there? Died out of happiness. Kinda happy I defeated him, and then I just plummeted into the death. I hope that player die actually and this is another section where it's perfectly practiced. There's also secrets you could discover here. Oh no, I want actually to keep that. Because Axe is so good against this boss. That's the thing, sometimes I like the mechanic because of that, because there are so many ways accident can happen, and it always feels like it's kinda your fault. You would have seen it coming, but it's not so hard to see. That's what makes it perfect. No, no, no. Oh, come on. This fucking hitbox of this thing. Also, he can really just keep throwing sometimes if he wants to. Ooh, I'm glad I put our platform on. I was thinking to make it more punishing, but glad I didn't. There will be punishing bosses. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Oh, I'd like to have some fresh air. Break. Can I do breaks? Continue later. I don't have viewers anyway. Do I have somebody in chat? Nobody said anything. Let's check. User? Actually, a few. Hello, everybody. Hello. Orgion, Vela, Villet, Electria, Repsnat, Mercy, and I cannot spell names. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Then let's not do a break then. Ah, yeah, I like that one. I have to wait it out. You can make it spawn to the side you want, actually. But also suck a little. Oh man, look at this. Bottle feels so good now. This is still a bit clunky how you cannot, you know, the camera has a head by itself, moves by itself, and just have to deal with it. This stuff can happen. But in theory, if you just walk and press whip down, that is, it happens if you limp, that you go to the side, and that you see that you don't plumb right down. It's tight movement. It's good that it's kind of in the beginning. I think it's the only bullshit ring, really. As I would call bullshit. Yeah, and thanks to the I was thinking, I like the idea because there are skeletons down here. This is assets somehow. But yeah, rather remove, because then after you got hit, you don't never know which one is doing what. There's another thing. It's kind of clear what to do. This is way less bullshit than the other thing, I would say. Also, a cool thing to know is, now you can go back. This is acting as a checkpoint if you like to explore but not get punished with replaying. The bad thing, if you do that, as you saw, they have these spawns. Ooh, saved it. Just one, yeah, I wanted to have an NPC here, but since this level has big background remove stuff, it's just hard. It's something that would need to be addressed if I rework the text engine stuff. But you know, I was thinking also to remove every preferred background and have it for maybe just special things. Also, I noticed there are black pixels now. They have another screen where I have bad pixels. There's something child molester is. Something more recent, I feel like. I wonder when it happened. Strange. Because I was thinking I never touched those graphics anymore. Or is it the palette thing? Did I do something with the palette? And also those, I really like those bats have a outline. I also think you could make this part more challenging where you really have to dock. I like this idea a lot, but never make it a requirement. The setup for it is kinda... I know how to arrange it, but it just didn't happen so far. On that spot there's a lot of there's other stuff going on. Didn't make it possible to easily implement without destroying another thing I like. Also, if you play, I cannot really. Just curious. No, you don't get far. Oh, actually, could use some hearts. Meat? I don't know. You can always use meat. I have to watch back another video. Was it always like this? But I just never noticed. Also feels a bit unfinished. I would like to have something cool in here to discover. Maybe I do something still. Yeah, he does say I'm a warrior now. Hello, warrior. He likes to comfort you, you know. I'm the wizard of the town. The dragon tame it, yeah. You can read that yourself. But it's way better now to understand. Gives you the whip. It also gives you hints. If you die from here on, you can get back. Yeah. But I have an extra long whip now. You can really get farther. There should also be something back here. Just decided against it. Ooh, spikes. A dog. Just kidding, there is no secret right now for it. But I've planned something like for TLB secrets crafting club or something. I really would like to put a better secret here too. I know this stage has a lot of secrets, so like the next part has one for. But it's also a cool place to hang around and have fun. At least that's how it feels for me. Ooh, ducking. It's the only action required, really. Oh, no, that's actually a lot of whipping. And lying. It's very reactive here. I think it's cool gameplay. It's very punishing if you get hit and knocked off. It's frustrating when there is a way you can just plow through if you play it more times. It's getting dark really quick here. I got my brother's whip. Oh, did I actually? I will not do the reading stuff here. Because I need quiet time for it. Really think about the sentence. Something I struggle with in chat and stream. Yeah, a cool thing if you have these transitions. I hint here that you can go back. I wanted it that you maybe try something and actually discover that you know, do something stupid and die and discover that you have those checkpoints, because it's not really told anywhere or clear. This is the thing. I also wanted to try, is this possible? Sure. Oh no, I have. I don't save state enough. I also can show off another thing. I have to show off. You can boost up here. If you're curious if you still get the weapon. Right now I cannot change it. But since it's level requirement, it's still, if you make it past, you can have that. It will be very short, but you get it anyway. A mechanic like this, it gets very tricky with how to add stuff and I like that I don't insta-kill anymore. Yeah, it's such a cool section. Don't mind to play it again. I was thinking about different color rings so they pop more. That would be great, but the bubbles look absolutely. The bubbles in the water, they use the same color and they would look like garbage. That's one reason I would not do it. You can barely spot that one. What I wanted to try is actually this here. Yeah, that's. I wonder how I would do in an actual hard hack where I have to not just have fun. This graphical reach is still. Some shout out to Pau. If you don't know, he is a speedrunner, or he was a speedrunner, he still gives speedruns, so he makes guides for World WoW, classic World of Warcraft. I don't play that game, but I hint on it. It's just a chair, where is it? Just wanted to have something. I'll keep that. Oh, axe. By now I can't actually afford some armor. How much do I have? 6,000. I can't spend 2. Diamonds? Emerald? I like emerald. Haven't had ruby in a while. Safe state. Not that I lose it, just again. The way to discover it is really... You can barely spot it. You get hinted at the tree and there's the trunk. I'm aware it's not perfect. You know, we could just make it more... Probably be better to make it more obvious. But then, it's also not really required to discover it. It's really optional content. Then I don't mind it too much. In other words, I think it's fine, it's good. Oh no, I like that. I love those skulls that look after you. Such a cool little detail. Yeah, in the first version I had to for alpha testing. This section has been quite different. Where it was very unobvious to see what to do. It's just like a limits. I did limit testing and was actually surprised by something. And I implemented it because I thought it's cool that they will discover it, but actually people rather don't discover it. That's the thing here. Then it's crap if you don't do it. So I removed it. Next, keep that on. No wall meat. I still don't get over it. I know that this is called crap because I really expect there to discover that you can save it. I think it's still a bit crappy that you have such a tiny hole. But since how the hitboxes work there, it's actually not that. You have to get over quite a bit to actually bonk. But you cannot be off a little bit. No, not that much. But I can see how we call that crappy still. Oof, almost died there. Ah, keep that on. Now if you wait here, it's... What did I say? Uh-oh. I saved at the very bottom, so I didn't have to reload in the first place. Go back. Uh-oh. Bats. Oh, those spawn bats. Oh, do I want that? Yeah, I know, that fucker. Split my sub-weapon out. I hate those auto-spawn bats. Should fix the auto-spawning, do not go check against corners somehow. You know, just don't put it, but this is a small room anyway, and if you put them somewhere, it will happen. Oh. You can get squished here still, very easily. Oh. You can also just plump to you because there are a lot of enemies. Maybe I should kill myself. Try the health section again. To see how it is from the checkpoint. Could have grabbed the axe there. I think there are other sub weapons up here soon. There gets my ticket back in case I plump down again. From here it's not too long. I'm also still worried that this will fuck me somehow. I didn't grab the cross there. Is there another sub weapon if you don't go that route? Because without it's actually quite more challenging here. Still love that section. There's where I know you could just do rich and that stuff. Also, did you point out that it's not really obvious way? If you can't get on the ring, like from the ring at this point, then it's kind of obvious. I feel like to do it that way. But it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. It's hard to see. I think about it, but I also don't see enough players to get more ideas how to hint them. Or, you know, have another obstacle to my... But I would learn that. I have sound, but actually I have doesn't. Hey, Kung Fu, thanks for the raid. Hope you did well. What did you do? I didn't watch. I've been not on Twitch. Did you do CV4 as well? Or did you play other things? Uh-oh. Symphony of the Night. Oh, no, what is this? Symphony of something else. I think it's a Game Boy Advance game. Oh, Secret of Evermore. Ooh, I had that game as a kid too. Like that one. Sniffing out stuff with the dog and then get good at magic. Or speedrun it and get insanely strong with broken stuff. New tech, like not the thing in the desert where you boost your stats. Is there new stuff besides that? Ooh. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not the desert then. I have no clue about those stuff. Also it's just more speed tech to get even quicker kills and bosses. I mean, how can it be quicker? Maybe get it earlier? To make the early game more fast? Ooh, that's kind of sketchy there. Ooh, I need that ring, I need to catch up. Get it high so it goes down. There's also the platform now. First quest. I think they've been needed, really. Get more friendly here. Yeah, I need to watch it. Actually, maybe even this crappy Medusa. It's cheap now. I mean, the quick kill is still, if you know what to do, you can quick kill her. But else she will just hit you. You have to get here with some health. Good chance. And this still happens too. You think? Yeah, it's getting more crazy. Later. Oh, I like that. Oh, I wanna grab. I'm too late. I have a save state. Can get the holy water. The holy water, if you I didn't react to the bird. It can throw it quite far. If you hold the button now, you can kill kinda across the screen. It's really fun to try get better at aiming, and because it does really a lot of damage too. That's not the best section to demonstrate it. I was thinking to make this a death trap, but no, it's such a short section, I'll still think about it. Or you can save it when you hold up. Or maybe I just leave it, I mean, not everything has to be hard. This is a long section here again, without checkpoint stuff in it. And then this section, two sections after this is very hard to again. So I think it's good that there are some sections that are not too punishing. Secret of Evermore, and I haven't played it since ever. I did play it again as a when I was grown. Mostly just played it as a kid. As a kid I found it kind of depressing, especially the Egypt stuff, how I got lost there. I think there been more fun games, but I still love that game. I know as a kid I got lost in the desert forever. I thought that kind of stupid how long it is. Oh, I actually wanted to go back. Then just missed. I could grab the axe, would help here. I can send you, I plan to, this is a still alpha release, but for October I wanted to do a release. The game is fully playable throughout till Dracula, But it will break at the credits right now, because I just worked on the credits. I've been horribly busy with this hack the last few weeks, months, to get it to this point. I was hoping for a beta release where I really have the secret stuff in it too. But yeah, it's just too much work. But it's quite a few, you know, it's not meant to just play through. You can always, you save your progress with the map, you can go out, you can, in theory I can go back to my hideout, go buy stuff, then I can go back where I've been, or go fast. Sure, there's still the checkpoints. There was further before. Can also go grind for some gear if you think your gear sucks. I like it for that reason a lot already. I despawned it. Any game? Not really. I mean, if there is a lot of pre-made stuff, like Super Mario World, where you have like 10,000 patches, you can just grab the stuff other people made and make something new out of it. It's way less work. And you have a proper editor that's where it doesn't take hours to actually map edit and stuff. There's a lot of things that just make it easier. Or if you go, depending on what you're modding, I would say, depends. CV4 is, in my opinion, not the worst, to be honest. I think there are games that have way less people involved and worse editors. And ooh, let's go quick here. Ooh, almost got it. I have, with the sub-weapon, I should have grabbed the axe to make it easy. But it's quite a large platform now. This was way smaller once. Ah, I like that upgrade. This is kinda bullshit. There is another way to it. That's the intended way. But actually Didi figured, I was not even aware of it, I made this platform so you cannot get on top of it, but it's actually, you can just do that. I really like that one. Oh, then I don't make the jump. I will use save states because else it's just gonna take me forever for a whole playthrough. As I said, I would not just play through the whole thing at once. But it's not in the original. There is a lot of stuff that's not in the original. Be honest. But here I think all the enemies are. It's very vanilla. I should grab a sub-weapon. I think I should have put another one in the level. There is the axe in the beginning, and the axe is actually really good and fun. Kinda had liked to play to use that one. It's kinda risky there, but I like it. There's quite a few ways how to accomplish this one. You realize that there is stuff down here now. Can maybe despawn it. Didn't work. Especially made it for this. Sometimes you get boosted here, but it doesn't kill you. It was the main reason why I implemented the watery section here. I've still thought that this section is actually very cool, how it goes through this. I think it was worth all the effort. Not sure, though, it might be a little bit confusing even. Also, I wanted to, if you just work with the down whip. This is way harder if you don't limp. I think I should make it easier. But you can whip down a second time. I think it's enough deep in the game that it's not really an issue. And you can practice this on other spot too. Like that you have to let go and whip down again. There is not a lot of ring stuff though. The rest is this particular thing. And the other way is really not obvious. Well, it is what it is. Oh, died. Ooh, I didn't call it. Korean secret that's not implemented yet. It's up here. He said he will think of something, but he never come up. I think I put a picture back here with the QR code to his Twitch channel. I think it just, I don't ask him again, I just do that. Or something. The QR codes there might be lengthy though, with the pixels I have. Again, I bonked my head 2 times now there. I don't remember that it was that much of an issue. But yeah, it's 3 blocks if you look at it. I missed every whip. But I know it's kind of hard. It's a shorter section anyway. Let's do a horse boost. Ah! I got stuck there. Now, get too many horses. I couldn't jump because I was underneath. Else I could have jumped and boosted into the hole. This is another section where I consider it hard because fishmen orangey. They get crazy sometimes with the spawns. If you take spawns over from the last screen too, it can get creative with speedrunning strats here. You can just waltz through everything. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's cool that sometimes when they pop up just in front of you, they go down again, so they don't hit you. They did address it a little bit. Oh, that backwhip killed me. I try to show the speedrun strat again, since I think it's cool, but it's also a little bit RNG dependent. Fishman can be the worst nightmare. You can do an eyeball boost if you like. Ooh. That's not speedrunning now. I like to take my gaming journey slow sometimes. I like casual play gaming. Just more fun in my opinion than grinding and do things a particular way. Axed or no axed? Let's go with that. There is also a secret way I go now. Then I need to think about layers. I am the right one. It's confusing to see. You see that the original developers, they didn't went crazy with this because they know it's confusing. But in this hack I just exploited that it can confuse the player. Not that I think it's really great, but it's something you can do. Kinda makes you appreciate the simple simple stuff in the original, in the vanilla more. I should change the whip to do more damage. Quexorb, they call him. Oh no, I didn't jump. Don't have too many hearts, so this is a little bit bullshit. They can hit T2. But then you have a life bar for a reason, you know. And there are quick kill strategies. Yeah, I think the Puxel is very cool. Actually has a third phase that's not revealed yet, but we'll stumble up on it later maybe. Or maybe not actually. We'll see, I have enough cash for the key though. Ah yeah, the cursed town. I made it more cursed here, so stuff is more resilient. They are new, frog spitting stuff was nothing vanilla like. Bad cabbages. DD cask. Also zombies. Because if you don't have curse up, what the curse does is like in the second quest where stuff just takes more hits. Zombies are such pushovers without it. Oh, I want to get that. I don't need the meat though. Our master heroine is hidden. Yeah, I should tell you about the master. He will turn into a zombie. Have to get on the tables to dodge him. In theory, if you know hitbox as well, you can just jump over him. But I put the tables here because, you know, it makes it more reliable. You can also show the cross satellite thing and will do continuous damage if you actually hit it properly. But yeah, it takes actually quite a few hits. But it's also a phase where he always does the same, so you should learn the pattern sometimes and then it shouldn't be much of an issue. If it gets close in the first phase, it's like the second phase is more likely to kill you if you have bad luck. Because he is fast. One cool thing is if you have holy water, what you can't get here, you can do quick damage after each other. It kind of stuns him, but yeah. New roading. I really like the fight. Yeah, those things I kept the same. I was thinking to rework the map, but I would not do it for this project. I mean, it's like maybe rearrange it, but it's a lot of work, you know. It's not something you can do in the editor, so it's even crazier. But yeah, that's the last 3 stages been more or less crazy, and this town should give you a little break. So you have story to read. Also to figure out something, because you know you cannot get past this stupid door. Now this guy sells you a key for 5,000. Maybe I lose it by accident. Here you can change the colors again. Diamond? I haven't had diamond in. It looks ugly though, shit. How much? I have not enough money anymore. My sheep did eat too much coffee beans, now it won't stop bouncing. Oh, my coffee as well. Do you recognize this one? Looks familiar, it's sheep. I've seen on Twitch somewhere. But there is no content with it. Oh yeah, I should talk to people. It's hard to read with the white here with the table. Herman, yeah, it means everything. I should help him. There are dead people around here, I don't know. Can you do something about it? Maybe I kill myself here. Maybe I'll tell you more story stuff. He also gives you the whip. And he asks you to kill him because it turns into a monster and can't help. But he disappeared now, he just dug himself into the thing. But after that he actually shows up as a zombie. You can kill him. Actually over and over again. You can farm hearts. You can use other heart farm. Yeah, there is some. She would not hit you if you don't kill her man, but if you start killing him, he will hit you. And she would even change, if you do it enough times, if you kill him over and over, she would change the text even more. Also added some extra text now here. Since you talk to the other guy. Tells you about the whip. Yeah, the chunky whip, that's how you get the chunky whip in this game. And you can change those. But let's use the chunky whip here. Not that I need more health. But there's always health around. But on this spot it's really useless, to be honest. Yeah, once I had planned to make the whole section skippable here, but I didn't do it in the end. I put some shortcuts in though. Since if you played it a lot, it's actually getting boring, so you can get up here. Which this section is kind of dangerous, I think. I don't go it through. Take the long way. Yeah, is this midway maybe? I don't know if I'm in the middle of the game now. Usually there's a bone pillar here, but sometimes it despawns. Because it depends on how you move back and forward. CV4 in a nutshell, stuff just despawns sometimes. Ooh. That's stupid. Now take the shortcut. I don't know, I think you go when you go down. Yeah, that's lots of death trap bounce there. Good thing I removed those, because I would have totally went into my trap. How did I die? It was because of the bat somehow. Could take the shortcut there, but I haven't been going through the long way here. I know the section here is tight, but it should be like... That's what the whole thing... That's what it makes interesting to play, I think. But it's also quite long by now. There's another way, there's 3 ways to make it to the end. You could go right there. That works too. The chunky whip is... I don't like it on the rings. Too much bounce. Also, I don't have a sub-weapon, I just realized. This section is particularly bad without sub-weapon. I think there was one down there. But I want to try without now. I could have been swinging there. Oh, he comes down. Uh-oh. Kind of stupid. You don't need to kill that one, but you could just change the whip and hammer at him. Yeah, this boss in theory needs fixes, like the stone crumbles come out where where the block originally spawned, and I don't know. Yeah, you cannot hit the boss with sub-weapons or anything, so you have to throw the stuff back at him. I think most people should discover it eventually. But it would be a thing I mention if I do the manual. I was thinking to have a dialogue somewhere where it mentions it too, because... Just give a hint. That is hard as rock and he cannot penetrate his skin with the whip. Something like this. Ah, needs 2 hits. Okay. Then I miss. I can't turn the lights off here, it's getting morning. It's 8 already. Ah, bunnies. In theory, if you look at them, they're in TV1. They will always jump over you. They'll just attack you from the back. That's also a thing I changed. Because I really like how that worked in Castlevania 1. But if you're not prepared, they are also kind of faster now with their movement. Because it's not random. They can get to you quite quick. Oh, what would happen with the meat? Where's the checkpoint? I want to test something very quick. But no major glitches so far, so glad. I was worried that could be bad. It just comes out to you. Can't get it like this now. Oh well, it's still hidden. Well, yeah, since I implemented the sub-weapon pop-out, I also didn't want them to get stuck somewhere in there where we can get them. So they have some code to it to move out of solids. So you can collect them. Also removed that one enemy here, it was annoying. Or I moved it to second quest, to be honest. It's still there, just not yet. I actually like the holy water for that section here. Ooh. Ah, come on. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't do it properly. But if it, from the one block you can actually... where is my save state? I'll kill myself to make sure. I don't know why, but just think it's so cool I want to show it off. Or I want to do it. Also this section has multiple ways to go through. You can't just grab the ring with the whip tool. Let's do save state in case I miss it again somehow. Yeah, this section, I love it so much. You know, put it in the hole and jump after it and everything. It's dead when you get down there. Actually, keep the firebomb. Ooh, now let's just move on. How much damage do they do right now? Sometimes hard to tell. Did I reduce it? F5. And now after cannot press. I think I reduced it. Oh well. Let's test it once I have 0. Then I don't have to be, you know, thinking I miscounted always. Oh. He cannot. Oh well. Yeah, I wanted to throw a firebomb, but then I couldn't whip anymore because I was stuck in the animation. Kind of boned myself there. I also wanna test something else. Yeah, that's the way. He really wants to get me. This section can be bullshit, by the way. I'm aware of it. But it's... You need to get really unlucky to... But you... This is a situation where you cannot blame yourself. But there are... The horses have such a small hitbox, it's painful to hit them. Well, the good thing is you can also easily dodge them most of the time. But this is way more fun with the firebomb now than it was before. You actually can aim. I also have to test the dog here. The firebomb. I should test the dog. Just Super Simon with graphical glitches. Oh yeah, he cannot dodge. But there is meat right here, so. Meat you cannot get actually, by the way. So it's... Yeah, this section is kind of bullshit. But you don't need much health further up anyway, I feel like. Then there is meat again. Ooh, too much enemies. Bad spawns. Yeah, those spawns are really orangey. Cannot control where they appear. Tight movement on stairs. It kills the knight, I mean. I always forget about this section. I always think there is boss time now, but there actually still a section. Ooh, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, saw that one coming. That's an evil combination. Those platforms and those enemies here. Why did I? You're usually okay if you can get 2 quick whips in. This is also a platform to make some patterns possible again. Because there is a weird... They keep spawning on a certain spot. Or they are weird. Or it probably has to do with the screen scroll there. How you scroll it. Oh my god. There he is again. Ruining my day. Good thing I put meat everywhere. Ooh. Oh, that was not enough. Yeah, that helpful platform is just there for first face down. Oh, come on, no, don't corner. I should change my whip to not be the weakest, huh? Oh, no, I'm dead. Oh, I reacted wrong. This time let's get the cross. It's easier. And more hearts. Can farm them. Ooh, I shouldn't. Yeah, let's do save state too. Just in case we miss everything. Oh, come on. Almost dead again. Exactly for that case here. Nice. You could whip only those, but I would need some practice, I think. Careful. It's a long fight though. Oh. So much to go and kind of wish for a break. Heh, no transition. Oh yeah, this screen has bugs with the reversed, you know, the logic control on the ring glitch. If you wrap the ring and the ring is on the other side, it gets confused. Like here, if you below it, for some reason. Come on, that hit me. Really not meant to jump there. Can be misread very easily too. But I have no good idea how to address it, make it more. It's a tight section there and it's hard to move stuff. Ooh. I made him all glowy now. He shouldn't be missed anymore. I like how it's one eye. It's another glow to it. I love that. Oh, so tight. Ooh. I actually forgot my own section. I really dislike something about it because you could read it that you need to just do a swing here, and if you do it, there's no way to make it back. Just die. I think it's a very punishing thing to figure out here. But it goes away, I can go now. And then here too, because here it kind of do it like this. Oh, with the dog I can lose the rear. Not, probably don't even show it off, don't care. You could do it like this here too, I guess. But it's hard. It's a far away ring. Should I go and try? I never done it, so I kind of want to do it. Can't that far. Oh, I wanted to try out the dog, idiot. Had the perfect opportunity and didn't take it. Also, how likely are you? Yeah, it's easy to kill yourself here. This shouldn't be a kill, huh? Right. Simon Spiderling. Huh? Yeah, it's so you're supposed to wait up there, kill the books first, take it slow. I haven't done the route with just this whip here. I wanna try that. But I need a sub-weapon as soon as possible. Or we should get one. Because else the birds are a really big issue. I have 2 of them. I'm dead, by the way. Pretty sure. Not sure I could just maybe I shouldn't care. You're meant to discover this whip. I tested enough with the sub-weapon stuff that I know it's possible, but it's really not the intended way, so I don't care that much. Also, if you boost off that skelly, there's really likely a glitch to happen. I didn't even pop the wall there, but there was something in the wall there. I'm not sure if this is a good choice here, but it's a very good choice actually. Good platform to add. Also, if somebody doesn't discover that they should change the whip or always takes the wrong whip choice, this section is really bullshit, by the way. Think about that. I need more save state. I'm just too tired. I think it's 2 stupid mistakes. Ah, bird. Don't show it again. I will do a break and stream later, make it 2 parts, because I just realized there's still a lot to go. Oh, I need meat now. Dropped one. if you go up with 2 health here, it's kind of sketchy. Oh, well, I actually have that on. Let's just go. Oh, there is meat. Oh. There's even more meat coming if I have patience. The time it takes to get it. The meat just dropped. The bird gets meat, but I need meat before. No, don't. I will play to the wizard, I think, then make a break. So much meat. So I think we are here. We still lose health, by the way, even if we talk to him. He can lift the curse, but he only does it in a second. Oh, I need to hang up. I have not the cleanest window, but this summer it's a bird fly into it, and I know I have to hang up something. I never did that. That's kind of okay. I will be back later and continue this and make it 2-part log on YouTube. Okay, bye bye.